Yeah, I'm sure you've seen this clip, but I will read this and then we'll watch the clip. Peach says, I want to show you guys how draining it is to play Face It as a woman these days. Yes, I know these guys will likely get banned. Yes, I have reported them. No, you don't have to tag Darwin, but it's getting draining. This is over 50% of my games these days. Banning these types of people only goes so far. The reason I'm tweeting this is because I just want to ask the decent guys out there, please, if you see a girl getting harassed like this in your Face It lobbies, please say something. It won't always stop them, but it will make me feel a little bit better knowing that at least one of the guys on the team also realized how fucked this type of behavior is. Okay, what did they do, chat? What happened here? Alright, let's see it.
He's on the right side. Get in there.
You grenaded yourself.
Dude, can you shut the fuck up when I'm trying to clutch, please?
Hey, you dumb bitch! I'm trying to clutch up, low-key, trying to throw a grenade at my own feet. Now I'm embarrassed, so all I can do is lash out because Daddy never told me no.
God damn!
Bro, why? I just want one good game.
Learn how to have a little fun, you fucking limp dick fat fuck.
Bro, I have a lot to say. Welcome to Outward Lady. You want to hang out with the big boys? You better take your licks. Dude, hold on. Before I start reading the funny comments from you guys, hold on. I have some shit to say. It is freaking Counter-Strike. This is online gaming in general. It doesn't matter that you're a girl. They would have cooked you if you were a dude. They probably would have called you a slur while you're at it. This is just standard online shit-talking banter. And the only reason you got roasted is because you tried to be a video game Karen and tell them that you're gonna get banned for talking shit to you when you're playing like ass. Do you know how often I get shit-talked on Dota? Literally all the fucking time. You know what I don't do? Clip the mean boy shit-talking me over voice on Dota and then use my platform to virtue signal and play a fucking victim. And also beg the devs and community managers to get them banned. You are being a fucking Karen! And I promise you, the situation wouldn't have happened if you took the banter with grace instead of getting pissed off. Literally, just press the mute button. I have played on Russian servers, and I have played poorly, and I remember this very distinctly. The guy started bullying me and saying I sound like a school kid. Because I don't sound extremely female. I have a little bit of like a boyish lilt. I got called a boy. I didn't freak out at them. I just said like, yeah, you guys are funny. Like my brother calls me a little boy too. Haha, very funny. Like I didn't freak out at them and say, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking report you. Yes, they called me a little schoolboy. I wish I still had it. Yeah, they called me a школьник. Школьник, ты что? Ты что там говоришь? Yeah, I was a little squeaker. But my point is, I didn't freak out and I didn't start reporting them. I didn't even mute them. I just said like, yeah, you guys are so funny. I have an older brother. I know what it's like, haha. And they laughed. We actually became friends by the end of it. Yeah, like we didn't freak out at each other, but I digress. I know the bigger conversation here is about the toxicity in video games and how the community needs to be better or whatever. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't fucking care. You're never gonna prevent this. League of Legends has been doing this kind of shit for like over 10 years now, where they're trying to like make it less toxic, and they have made it worse. Unironically, I think so. Banning people left and right, banning them for even saying like a slightly, you know, toxic language, like not even slurs, like just being a little bit mean. People get sick of it. You're never gonna prevent this. This is just how it is. It's the way things have always been. Everyone remembers being a kid in Call of Duty in a lobby when they were a kid and everyone is calling each other slurs every game. I hate it. I hate it when people pretend. It's so much worse in 2025. It's always been this way. If anything, it's become less toxic and people are less likely to call you a slur because they don't want to get banned. And the more you try to police the player base to play nice, the more you're gonna kill your game. You're gonna make them madder. You're gonna make them more upset. This is a schizo theory of mine. I'll say it after. I think eventually you get to the point where you're banning people for saying things that aren't even that bad. And again, I have to emphasize this. Riot did this with me. I got muted for 2 weeks for calling someone an Olive Garden door greeter. I shit you not. This was like back in 2018. I was shocked because I just came back to the game and I used to never get muted, but for all of a sudden they switched the policies and you get muted for nothing. I don't install after that insult. Again, you're making the game worse by being a Karen. My mod is playing League of Legends Arena and the person in all chat swapped two letters front to back to say a slur. They aren't getting banned. They didn't get muted. But I say Olive Garden door greeter and I get banned. I can't show it on stream. I don't want to get banned because people get banned for less, but yeah, they didn't get banned. Like, what's going on here? This is so unfair. And again, I can't help but think to myself, this isn't even that bad. He just bantered with you. If you were a dude, he'd just call you a stupid little pussy. But because you're upset and you don't wanna hear it, now you're upset, now you go and cry. Again, if a guy goes and says, I'm gonna report you for this, people would laugh at him and call him a pussy. Mark my words. If a guy did this and this was the other way around, the girl would be like, oh, what are you gonna do, report me, you fucking pussy? Go read her second whiny essay? Maybe. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, you mean this part? Okay. What did she say? Z. Okay.
Remember that one round where you dated yourself and then blamed us? Sorry
I haven't seen this, by the way.
And then you had enough self-importance to think that anyone gives a fuck about your opinion. And then you think that you can get our accounts banned because you know Gabe and you're PMing him right now, feet pics.
Gaben's my best friend.
Wait till I get a hold of Valve. You're on stream to fucking 12 viewers. And they all fucking buy my feet pics.
Yellow, shut your mouth. Yellow, shut the fuck up. You're a solo queue. You're 2 and 7. You're 2 and 7.
Bro, your buddy is 8 and 4. What do you mean?
You're 8 and 4. What do you mean? I'm talking, dumbass. Open up your fucking ears.
A man's talking. Be quiet, you fat bitch.
Be quiet.
Dye your hair again. Your dad might love you. Keep dyeing your hair and getting more piercings. Your father may care for you, brother.
Okay, he's kind of cooking me.
She literally laughed at the end. This is just standard video game shit talking that's existed forever. Could you make the argument that the shit talk went a little far? Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I understand. But let me counter with this. Video games in general, but especially games like Counter-Strike, are predominantly male spaces. That's just how it is. You don't really see a lot of girls playing CSGO or CS2. You'll see more girls playing Valorant. You are essentially invading a male space, get mad when you get shit talked, and then demanded you get treated differently. Specifically because you're a girl, by the way. And then expect everyone to be okay with it. Just let the banter happen. If you were a guy, you nated yourself, they were gonna shit talk you regardless. Okay, it's not that deep. Please stop daring to kill myself for a tweet. For those of you saying it's not that bad, I assure you the rest of the game, you said plenty of other things, racist, transphobic slurs, to get banned. This clip was on round 4, use of critical thinking, muting this now. Obviously, don't go harass this person. Don't tell her to go game end herself. That's retarded, and you'll get banned if I catch you doing it. Like, again, I know what you're saying, but I would have shit on any teammate if they nated theirself like that, to be honest. You should buy an X as a voice enable on and off. I always press it when I'm in a situation I don't want to hear my teammates. True, actually. Shit, the dudes suck, but C's is full of toxic people, not just in gender, but in all kinds. The only way is to mute them. Yeah, this guy's not even saying it. He's like, yeah, I mean, C is just like that. It's just how it is. She laughed at the end. Yeah, that's what makes it kind of like, well, you kind of laughed at the end. Bro, notice how at the top, the few people agreeing with her, and then you scroll down, it's just a bunch of people telling her not to take it so personally and stop being a Karen. And then she locked the replies. and muted it. Yeah, this went super viral, by the way. What was it, like 15 million views? Holy shit. She posted this thinking that everyone is gonna be on her side, and when it turns out that's not the case, she locks the replies. Like, classic Karen behavior. I remember you so much as breed in a COD lobby, you get every racial slur in history thrown at you regardless of your race. Yeah. Again, I can't help but think to myself, like, oh my god, 2025 is so bad. And I'm like, do you guys forget 2009 COD lobbies? She said they said worse stuff later, but only clipped the part that wasn't a big deal. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. If you're posting evidence, post the evidence of them being absolutely heinous. It would actually help your case a lot more. But, you know, conveniently, we don't want to post that, huh? I don't know, seems kind of crazy to me. I can't help but think to myself, like, I don't even really talk in, like, voice in Dota. I don't, really. Because I don't think it's important to talk in voice unless it's really necessary, and it just avoids a lot of problems. If someone's shit-talking in voice, I just mute them. Demands equality from men. Gets treated like a man when you play like a noob. After that, demanded to be treated like a sweet, fragile princess. Oh man, doggy profile picture, absolutely based. Entered male-dominated space. Complain when men act like men. Demand to change to accommodate you. Wonder why Twitter's against you. You think that it's that bad? You should go into a male locker room and stick that and like sit there like a fly on the wall. You would pass out from the shit men say to each other. No, I'm serious. How do you know? Because my brother had a lot of friends in the military and they would always tell me stories. How would you know? Because no, man. She's a man. Okay, bro. No, you invaded the male space and then you want everyone to treat you differently. This is why men don't really like it when girls play games, because they have to behave themselves differently. Wait, this is it? Not even a slur? Girl, you grenaded yourself because you're gonna get laughed at. Welcome to online gaming. Grow thicker skin. Use the mute button the way it was meant to, or stop playing. Seriously, I've seen worse than ARAM lobbies. Yes, I can attest to that shit. Not even a single slur. Yeah, impressive. I'm actually impressed that there wasn't one. You're the reason men don't want women in gaming. Base. True. Because you want to know what sucks is, like, you have to present yourself in a certain way for men to let their guard down and behave as they would normally between one another. They have to, like, suss you out. It's like, is she cool? Like, can I, like, make jokes at her? Men won't make those jokes and won't banter with you honestly unless they know that you're gonna be okay with it. A smell test? Is that what that is? A smell test? You gotta suss them out? No, actually, people like you are the reason. Classic pick-me behavior. Harassment is a very real problem. 99% of female players face. No need to normalize it. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. No one cares. Yeah, hey, the classic. You are being a pick-me. Again, I've been harassed on Dota before. I just mute them. I've been called mean things, I just mute them. Or I should talk back. Like, I don't really care, genuinely. Unless it gets into, like, actual personal territory where they start, like, saying, oh, I'm gonna find you and kill you. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I'm here to play a video game. If you want to come fight and kill me, you'll find out. But, you know, it is what it is. People are roasting her, by the way. Frags self an opener of the match. Doesn't scope corner. Stares at the wall. By the way, she looks at the wrong side of the wall, too. So she doesn't know the map at all. Like, I don't play Counter-Strike, like, at all. I've played it maybe, like, once or twice in my entire life. She looks at the wrong wall, and then gets shot in the head on the other side. So she just doesn't know how to play, and that's fine. Like, who cares, right? She just said, being like, down. Gets people banned for banter. Posts video, locks the replies. What even is this, bro? Catches flack from teammates for trying to clutch. Yeah. If she had the audacity to say that she's trying to clutch when she's walking into the wall, into this wall, what's going on over here? You're trying to clutch with that gameplay? Okay, bro. I don't know about that. This is strong clutching. Nade yourself, don't check corner, get shot from behind. I would have installed the game before my teammates could activate push to talk. Honestly, this is the equivalent of missing every single skill shot and then flashing into them and then dying. Yeah, I would have just lost it. I'd be like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm just done. Justifying harassment someone like that to deserve it is wild. That's not what they're saying. Shut the fuck up. That's not what they're saying. You're just that person I would spawn camp and game trap. It isn't draining to play as a woman. It is, however, draining to play with people like you who think they're good. Also, I like that this doesn't go your way I thought it would. Better add in some buzzwords. This is what equality looks like. Banter back or mute. No one cares about your wah wah wah. Again, I mute myself. I never talk in voice. Which is fine. I don't care. I'll shit talk you in words. Like in text. I don't care. I personally try not to be on open mic with randoms and shooters because I grew up with a very different era of online gaming, meaning I was the one with the mouth-dropping brutal bans, and I don't want to get reported by a crybaby. Tourists? Yeah, basically. She's right, you know. I don't support anyone or anything blindly. I don't support women because women can be crap too, like you, based. You who comment and block because you don't want to banter, you want to be right, have your ass kissed, and get defended by people like me. But people like me think you're a shit stain on the underwear of life. Holy! I'd rather play with those guys any day than be caught dead in a serious match with you. I don't play gender games. I don't pledge blind loyalty to anyone or anything. Absolutely based. Women should be supporting each other, not tearing each other down. Again, you invaded a male space. This is why the army is annoyed and sick of also dropping down standards of fitness because women can't do what men can do. The national test for getting into the army was lowered for women because women can't do the same as men. I think that mentally women can also not handle banter as well as women can't handle banter as well as men can. Wants to be a gamer but insists on being women? What the frick? Again, if you were in my position, if I was in their position, if I was one of the dudes, I would tear into her. This is from shitpost. If you cannot handle the most tame banter ever, maybe you should not play team-based PvP games. This doesn't happen because you're a woman. This is a universal experience for anyone who plays online games. And you suck! How do you walk into a wall like that? How do you actively walk into a wall? Did you just forget that there's no door? That means you suck. Sorry. You just don't know the map. I understand the logic, but like at this point you should have turned around, but you know, you got shot in the head. Yeah. He's right. Last one. She naded herself, ran in and died. When comms clearly say to check left, not right. Muted. Did you exhaust Blitz? Muted. Oh man, League players will get this one. Yes, you exhausted, basically you exhausted the wrong target, because you're stupid, because you're bad. They should have exhausted this character. I can't tell what it is, but you get my point. You're muted. I've done some stupid shit when I got bantered and insulted. I basically told them I deserved everything I said. Yeah, or I just mute up and I just don't say anything. Like, really, it's not that deep, man. And again, there's a follow-up to this. Quite interesting. My experience online, women get it worse than men, but this one's very tame. When you open your mouth as a woman in voice, you will absolutely get more shit, but this is so tame, and she was clearly doing it to farm empathy. That's what's irritating. I've been called slurs in video games, of course. Oh, stupid bitch, you deserve the worst. Like, I can't say it on stream, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard worse. Genuinely. Anyway, let's read this. I've been thinking for a few days whether or not to post this because it feels a little pointless. Unfortunately, that tweet ended up on the wrong side of Twitter, clearly. So you wanted it to be on the side that wouldn't criticize you for being stupid. Okay, got it. I understand what I'm about to say will fall on deaf ears and most likely will not be seen by all 11 million people who saw my previous post, and I think I owe it to myself to defend myself. I have played thousands of matches of CS. I don't play CS, but I'm pretty sure after 1,000 matches I would probably have a better grasp of a layout of a map. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like after 100, like, yeah, okay, you make mistakes with thousands, but okay. Anyway, this is besides the point. I have played thousands of matches of CS. Over 1,000 on Face It alone. The clip I posted was nowhere near the worst things I've heard in lobbies. Okay, then why did you cherry pick and post this clip? The clip didn't even showcase the worst things they said in the game. Okay, then why didn't you post it? You were streaming, why didn't you post it? I've heard worse directed at women and people of color and my streamer friends. I've heard it all. Okay, then post it. The point of the clip was not to call out the specific instance as being the worst thing ever said to me on the internet, but rather how quickly an average lobby goes from 0 to 100 on Face It. If I make so much as one single mistake or even sometime after the first word out of my mouth in warm-up. If you can't understand that, the tweet wasn't meant for you. Okay. After this game, I didn't end stream. I didn't send anyone to harass people or report them. But you said that you're gonna report them, but okay. Okay. I kept it moving, tried to bring bright vibes, play with some friends. For those of you saying women are too weak, shouldn't be allowed to game, you're fucking brain dead. As a woman, I can tell you with utmost certainty that I've played with a lot of other women and a lot of them cannot handle emotions, okay? Just chill, like, I get it. Like, I have so much to say, okay, I'm gonna just read it without inserting my thoughts, hold on. You saw a 30-second clip and ran with 10,000 assumptions about how you think I handled the situation. Clearly, if I had known 11 million people were gonna see that tweet, I would have provided better context, but I didn't, and it's too late. People didn't even bother to open the original thread where the other worst clip was, so I don't know what you guys are expecting me to do to any content creators, women in the CS space. Learn from my mistakes. You don't have to experience the thousands of people trying to threaten to rape and kill you over a 30-second Counter-Strike clip. Especially fuck you to Asmongold! For sending me hate to small creators in this space using his influence. I'll be laughing when karma catches up to you one day. Petty side note to all you fuckheads who keep flaming him for being bad and I deserved it. The dudes were dead with 1 kill on the board while I had 5 and literally calmed incorrectly, which led to my death. So before all of you dumbasses who never loaded up CS but think you know everything because you played Call of Duty when you were 12 years old, shut the frick up. My duo, also female, top fragged, and this bot fucker dropped like 10 kills total. Go frick yourself. I don't know, man. This is crazy. This is insane. Again, I've played thousands of matches of Dota. The point remains the same. You'll get flamed like this regardless of gender. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you suck at the game, you're gonna get flamed. That is a universal truth in gaming. You're still being a Karen. This changes literally nothing. You're coming into a male space and demanding that the space change to accommodate you, and that's just not how it works. You adapt to the space and play by its rules. You're the reason men don't want women in gaming, because this is what happens. Again, let's clarify. Are there examples of men in this in the games threatening to R-word you and saying terrible things about you because you're a woman? Of course, I'm sure it happens. I've had it happen to me before. That happens to me on Dota, but it's a minority. It's very small. And I've played thousands of hours. And thousands of hours of League, too. And thousands of hours of other games. That's not the point. Nobody wants the reinforcement of chat rules on video games to get so overzealous because of people like you crying on freaking Twitter. that it becomes this fucking miserable game to play of like, oh, I can't say this because I might lose my entire account because I called someone a Olive Garden door greeter. That's the road we're going down on. That's why you're locking your comments, because 99% of players disagree with you, and anyone that disagrees with you is a fucking pick-me, apparently. Like, seriously, are we seriously doing this, man? And again, anyone with room temperature IQ can see that agreeing with you will lead to the game becoming significantly worse. As I said before, League muted me for 2 weeks for calling someone an Olive Garden door greeter. That game has been falling apart for years. Riot has been trying to fight toxicity for years. Nobody wants to banter and shit talk if video games, like, it won't let you shit talk. It's just how it is. If you can't take it, then get the fuck off the game. It's not that deep. Again, after this game, I didn't stream. I didn't send anyone to harass these people or report them. Yeah, you're right. You didn't end stream or report them. Instead, you made a video and posted it on Twitter for victims. Sorry, for victimhood points. And called for gaming to be changed at a fundamental level because you got shit talked for being terrible at Counter-Strike. And by the way, we don't need to make assumptions about how you handled the situation. We can literally see how you handled it on Twitter. Everyone knows exactly how you handled the situation, and they disagreed with you. That's why you locked your comments like a fucking coward. Yeah, and again, it's like, oh, if I'd known 11 million people would have saw this, I would have handled it differently, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh my god, dude. Nobody cares. And furthermore, no, you wouldn't have. Because it did go viral, and this is your response. You doubled down on being a retard. Gaming isn't gonna change for you, and it shouldn't have to. If the dudes in your clip are actually being super racist, then sure, yeah, ban them. They call you slurs, ban them. But you didn't show that. You showed a bunch of dudes giving you shit for being bad at the game. Literally, the first thing that the guy said was like, man, you fucking fragged yourself, you fucking suck, you dumb bitch. And she was like, ah, you're trying to clutch. Like, oh my god, man. You're being so emotional. You showed a bunch of dudes giving you shit for being bad. And by the way, yes, I'm sure because of how viral the post went, you will probably receive death threats in your DMs. That tends to happen when you post a retarded opinion on the internet and it goes hyper viral. I would not be shocked in the slightest if that was true. Obviously, those people are unhinged, and I don't speak for everyone, right? Like, obviously that's bad. But it's not a defense. And telling everybody that it happened to paint yourself as this victim is not how it's not gonna absolve you for having a terrible opinion about how gaming should be moderated. And again, the last paragraph she wrote it's just egocentric girl bossing to me. Like, I hate this attitude, genuinely. I wish I could just tell other girls to fucking stop doing this. Nobody cares if you out-frag them. Nobody cares if they were 1 in 10. People who are terrible talk shit all the time. I've seen terrible people who are like 0 and 8 in my Dota games and they just won't shut the fuck up. You know what I do? I fucking mute them and I just keep playing the game. All that paragraph does is make you look like more of a Karen at the end of the day. The fact that you grenaded yourself and you posted the evidence of you grenading yourself is just the icing on the cake. But it's far from the point of why people are mad at you. The point is gaming spaces aren't going to change to accommodate you. I don't want chat censorship in my games for lighthearted banter. I don't want people getting banned for telling other people, for telling other players that they're bad. Obviously, there's a line. If they're threatening to rape you and that you should deserve to die, like, of course, please ban them. But you conveniently didn't post that part. The message you communicated is shit-talking banders should be bannable. That's why everyone was so mad at you and they disagreed with you. That's why your comments are locked. That's why people are calling you a Karen and calling you stupid. Even people that don't play CSGO or CS are telling you, dude, if this happened in another video game, you exhausted the fucking support that does no damage, and then you say, did you just exhaust the Blitzcrank? It's like, muted. It's like, shut the fuck up, you're such a clown. People are bad, usually lash out at others? Absolutely, it's just so fucking cringe. Oh my god, muted. She would love to have bully hunters. Yes, call the bully hunters. They need to come to their house and give them a stern talking to about shit talking in video games. People are stupid and low IQ. When I hear someone talk and I can deduce their IQ based on how they talk, I just automatically mute them. They're not worth my time. Because people who know how to banter, they're usually not very, they're usually very smart. Usually. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. She's a bit of a Karen. I've seen way worse.